heard if you hyperventilate, it makes you run faster in Minecraft. And we arrived at the stronghold.
People who cheat in their speedruns are hilarious because they're terrible at hiding the fact that they cheated. These are the funniest fake Minecraft speedruns. The beginning of this speedrun seems very, very legitimate. Loading screen looks good, they got a timer, they load into their world, they're selecting the first slot, but if we zoom out here, come on, they're not looking straight ahead, which is a major red flag. The speedrunner spawns directly in a village, and they immediately enter one of the houses. Inside opening a chest, and yeah, it's very clear that the speedrun is fake. What is with fake speedrunners? He cleanly separated the cobblestone evenly into two. So yeah, I'm aware this speedrun is fake. It's just so funny that I had to show it to you. After the speedrunner gets their very legitimate loot, there is a very sudden cut. Even though the timer is exactly the same, they've lost a ton of hunger and they have 2 hearts. So what in the world happened in between? I don't know. And I'm pretty confused here because they have full diamond gear. Why are they going up to this tree and breaking it? And that's when you hear the speedrunner say this.
This is the best tree in the game.
This is the best tree in the game. Well, come on, what are you talking about? Why is this the best tree in the game? Come on, buddy, are you serious? What in tarnation? Yeah, the best tree in the game miraculously dropped obsidian and flint and steel. I think I missed a few updates, guys, I don't know. Well, after the speedrunners encounter with the best tree in the game, they approach this pig and they start hitting it. Until again, there is another abrupt cut with no change to their timer, and when they turn around, there is a stack of cooked chicken in front of them. First off, was 3 pork not enough? Second off, chicken and pig are 2 completely different things. Well, after this strange string of events, the speedrunner then moves on to building their nether portal. But unfortunately, this is just another speedrunner who does not understand the shape of a rectangle. They actually go inside this thing and light it with flint and steel. What in tarnation? And you could hear the speedrunner say this.
I screwed it up again.
Yeah, I screwed it up again. How much time has this guy been wasting building nether portals? Well, there's another cut. It's nighttime. They turn around and they figured out what a rectangle looks like. So they light their nether portal and they enter the end. I mean, the nether. Oops. At which point, there is no loading screen. There's just another abrupt cut. The speedrunner is floating around in the nether like a goofy goober in creative mode, and you can hear him say this.
This isn't cheating. This is just helping out the speedrunner.
This isn't cheating. This is just helping out the speedrunner. Buddy, do you think we just blew in from Stupid Town? This is cheating. Well, after wasting tons of time, the speedrunner does find a nether fortress. I'm not sure how the speedrunner does not die to these blaze, because he just stands in front of them point blank and whacks at them like no tomorrow. Has this guy never played Minecraft before? Oh my goodness. By some miracle, they don't die. They get 3 blaze rods, and then they dig underneath the stairs, and they find even more blaze rods hidden away. Oh yeah, this is the handiwork of Mr. Blaze. Yeah, he always hides blaze rods underneath the stairs. Well, anyways, there is another sudden cut. When the speedrunner turns around, there are just tons of piglin hanging out in a hole, just sitting there. And when the speedrunner drops into that hole, they pick up a slew of random items. Gee, I wonder if they have enough ender pearls. Well, that all happened very quickly. So the speedrunner builds another nether portal, and they return to the overworld. But once they are in the overworld, they start talking about triangulation, and now I have anxiety, considering some of the other fake speedrunners I have seen have no clue what triangulation even means.
We're about to start the epic triangulation strat. I heard if you hyperventilate, it makes you run faster in Minecraft. And we arrived at the stronghold, just like that. 2 minutes on the clock.
And yeah, just like that, the speedrunner found the portal room. What in tarnation? So they fill the portal with eyes, and then they say this.
We got a little bit of extra eyes of ender.
Yeah, they just have a few extra eyes of ender, just a few. Yeah, just chuck those out, no big deal. Once they are in the end, there is no loading screen. They're in creative mode, and then they provide a very dramatic and fake reaction to being in creative mode, followed by this cinematic music just randomly starts playing.
Yo, wait guys, no way! Dude, there's a new glitch in the game. We can get creative mode when we fight the dragon, dude.
What is with fake speedrunners and this goofy cinematic music? While the speedrunner is just floating around like a goober breaking the end crystals, the cinematic music has a pause. You can very clearly hear that they are just playing 2 music tracks at the same time. It is so goofy.
Let's go. Sub 4 minutes, let's go.
And I'm sorry, but I must be so unobservant. I just noticed now, when did their timer start going backwards? I feel so stupid. Well, it's honestly good news to see that their timer is going backwards because this guy wastes so much time trying to figure out how to kill the Ender Dragon with a command. It is just sad. And yeah, just like that, the speedrunner beat the game at 3 minutes and 16 seconds. And I honestly just find it so funny how they now have 3 songs playing at the same time. The credit music, this goofy cinematic song, and the stupid dream speedrun music.
I'm so glad. Just 4 minutes.
Don't let this guy edit your videos, that's all I'm saying. This speedrun starts off and everything seems very normal here, except for the fact that they are hungry. So anything could happen. Beyond that fog could be Herobrine lurking, I don't know. Well, the speedrunner starts breaking this tree in front of them, turning the logs into planks, until the speedrunner starts shaking their head and they just stop. Typing in the chat, guys, I'm a sped broad pro. Can someone translate for me here? I have no idea what this goober is saying. They proceed to attempt speed bridging, failing at it. Now I understand what they were trying to say. OMG God, guys, I'm so good. Yeah, I hate to burst your bubble, but you are not good. The speedrunner makes a crafting table. Then they kindly announce to us in the text box, guys, I'm going to the bathroom. And despite them saying they're going to the bathroom, they start moving forward, at which point there is an extremely sudden cut, and they have a full inventory of tons of items. The speedrunner says, all right, in the chat box, at which point there is another sudden cut where all of their items are just gone and the sun is setting. What happened here? I have no idea. There's only one way to find out. Guys, I need to go to the bathroom. Buddy, where I think you need to go is the doctor. Do you have a bladder problem? Well, there is another cut and the speedrunner says, guys, I'm back. Let's start mining. So the speedrunner puts down their crafting table and they make a wooden pickaxe. What happened to their diamond tools earlier? I have no idea. So they start mining down into the ground and they find a chest. OMG, guys. Okay. Now I know where all their diamond tools went. We just won the lottery. Buddy, you just won the lottery. I lost by having to sit through this nonsense. Well, the speedrunner wastes just so much time showing us how bad they are at melee in Minecraft. What in tarnation? Until they say, guys, and just wait for it. Guess what's gonna happen? I need to go to the bathroom again. I am seriously concerned about this speedrunner. I genuinely think we should start a GoFundMe for their medical condition. Excessive pee syndrome. Guys, I'm back. Wait, how's their Eyes of Ender? Yeah, they gave themselves a full stack of Eyes of Ender while they were going to the bathroom. This speedrun is so goofy. They go into creative mode to set the time to day, then they go back into survival mode, and then they realize, wait a second, I'm kind of hungry. So they go back into creative mode, giving themselves 64 cooked steak, and they are back into survival mode. The universe is once again in balance. OMG God, guys, we got food and it's morning. So I'm getting the vibe here that this guy meant to cut all of this nonsense out and they just didn't do it. The speedrunner starts throwing their Eyes of Ender, at which point they go on a 10-year-long expedition to find the stronghold. This goofy goober wastes so much time trying to find the stronghold, at which point there is a very abrupt cut and the speedrunner looks like they are lodging in the hold of a ship. The speedrunner starts saying, guys, and then they stop typing because they realize they're in creative mode. So there's another cut, they're back in survival, and they say, guys, I'm back, exclamation mark 1, exclamation mark 1. They dig down, revealing they are in the stronghold, and then the speedrunner just does this kind of like flailing screen shake. Now hold your horses here. Before the speedrunner can fill the end portal with eyes and enter the end, they engage in a vicious and grueling battle with a single silverfish. Yep, you cannot make this up. This speedrunner almost died to a single silverfish. This is priceless. Then the speedrunner begins filling the portal with eyes. Nope, never mind. They almost die to this too. This guy cannot catch a break. It's like he's allergic to air. If anyone needs to cheat, it is this speedrunner. So the speedrunner spawns into the end. There is a very sudden cut, and they say, guys, OMG, I'm back in survival, no. And they're saying no because they understand that they will die in 0.2 seconds. Yeah, this speedrun is just sad. sad to watch. This guy is getting tossed around like a boxing bag in the same room as Mike Tyson. They are in creative mode and have unlimited beds, and I could literally do more damage on the dragon with my eyes closed and while I am sleeping. The speedrunner has exhausted all of his options for cheating, so they go into their video settings, they click on skin customization. What are you gonna do, buddy? Turn off the left pants leg? Just accept the fact that you are bad at this game. They literally have beds in their inventory and they are hitting the Ender Dragon with an axe. Listen, I think on top of the GoFundMe we're gonna start for this guy's medical condition about peeing, I think we should also start a fundraiser to help educate them on how to beat Minecraft. And yeah, just like that, they're in creative mode and the Ender Dragon is dead. I know this one was fake. It was just so stupid that I wanted to show it to you. This speedrun is pretty goofy because their timer is just smack dab right in the middle of the screen. I'm not sure why they put that there, if they're trying to hide something or they just don't understand how speedruns work. There's only one way to find out. On top of that, their speedrun timer begins before they even start playing. Buddy, what are you doing here? And they're already level 7. This is not looking good. And oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm tired, but I just noticed now that it's nighttime. Let's just get this over with. The speedrunner immediately runs towards these trees and begins breaking it. But in a very sudden cut, going frame by frame, the speedrun footage skips ahead by 3 seconds, and there is an extremely inconspicuous chest in a hole. And inside the chest is 64 oak planks and a treasure map. Oh wow, would you look at that? How convenient. There's an X marks the spot on the beach right next to them. So the speedrunner goes over to the X marks the spot and they dig down for a very long time. What in tarnation? After wasting a whole 15 seconds, they finally find the chest and inside is full netherite gear. Whoop-de-doo-dah. What a surprise. How convenient. And wow, would you look at that? It's the red wool that they used to build all of this in the first place. Buddy, how obvious can you be? Then the speedrun just immediately cuts to them running towards a nether portal that is fully completed. No sign of, oh, I don't know, maybe like a ruined portal structure. Are you even trying to make this believable? Yeah, well, it just gets worse. The speedrunner, when they enter the nether, they find a mini nether fortress. And the spawner on the mini nether fortress is a sheep spawner. In the chest next to the sheep spawner is a single ender pearl and 2 blaze rods. So naturally, the speedrunner takes their newly found materials and creates an Eye of Ender. That is not how you create an Eye of Ender, buddy. Did you just blow in from Stupid Town? Oh my goodness, then they make a crafting table to make Eyes of Ender? This could not get any worse. After wasting an appropriate amount of time, they finally figure out how to create blaze powder, and then they make their Eye of Ender. Congratulations, congratulations. When the speedrunner returns to the overworld, they show their extreme skill at Minecraft by just spam clicking all the enemies in front of them. After witnessing such raw talent and skill, the speedrunner runs across the beach, and there is just this like pillar emerging from the ocean floor. So the speedrunner dives into the ocean to discover what is going on here, and it's the stronghold portal room. Why am I not surprised? Very convenient. They have 1 Eye of Ender. The portal is missing 1 eye. Well, the speedrunner fills the end portal. They enter the end at a world record pace of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Holy cow, holy cannoli. I am so impressed and so proud of this speedrunner. Wait a second, why are they typing in the chat box? Yeah, they went into creative mode. Then they give themselves an elytra and a rocket, even though they are already in creative mode. And for someone who is in creative mode and cheating to this degree, they are really bad at being in creative mode. The speedrunner wastes a whole 2 minutes trying to beat the game. The dragon's health has not even reached 50% yet, and then their timer just stops working. What is with cheating speedrunners and malfunctioning timers? After wasting even more time, the speedrun footage just cuts to the dragon being dead, and the timer is at 40 seconds. And just like that, they beat Minecraft in a world record 50 seconds. Nope, never mind, hang on. For the last like 2 seconds of the footage that I have, their speedrun timer just starts running again. This is so goofy. This speedrun is pretty breathtaking, but it goes by very quickly, so I'm gonna have to watch it frame by frame here. The real question is it legitimate? Is it fake? I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me. So the speedrunner spawns into their world and everything everything is looking good. They got a timer at the bottom. They press escape, going into the game menu, changing their difficulty to easy. From there, the speedrunner approaches this very specific grass block and they break it. And just breaking a few blocks, they fall into a cavern system. And the speedrunner gets very lucky because there is a library with cobwebs and they use that to break their fall damage. And wow, would you look at that? They landed directly into the stronghold. And while the speedrunner is falling, they open this chest and take this iron pickaxe. So they definitely mean business if they're not grabbing that armor, I'm just saying. There is a creeper and 2 skeletons in front of them. The speedrunner has 6 hearts and they use an iron pickaxe to break the skeleton on the right. The speedrunner gets very lucky by getting this bow that has probably 1 shot left in it and 2 arrows. So the speedrunner opens up this door and directly in front of them is the stronghold, which is extremely lucky. Now the speedrun footage does not show it, but it's very clear that the end portal is completely filled. So the likelihood of something like this happening is very, very low. I am more likely to get a video sponsored by Opera GX, for example. For some reason, they're just not responding to my messages. Come on, guys, sponsor a video. So as soon as the speedrunner enters the end, they press escape and they change their render distance, increasing it. So the only reason I can guess why they would do this is to make sure that the Ender Dragon is spawning in and operating correctly. I don't know. Well, the speedrunner mines 3 very specific blocks of endstone, climbing up onto the top of the end island and mining more blocks. They put 2 endstone blocks on the ground, dig a hole behind it, getting into that hole and readying their arrow. And as soon as the Ender Dragon approaches them, they shoot their arrow at the dragon. And with the speedrunner themselves having 1.5 hearts left over, they somehow one-shot the Ender Dragon. How is this possible? Is this fake? Is this real? Let me explain. This is actually an any percent set seed glitchless Minecraft speedrun. And the way the speedrunner just one-shot the Ender Dragon, as basically as I can explain it, is that while the speedrunner was getting knocked back by the dragon, while also being as close as possible to the center of its hitbox, the more speed they are gaining from being knocked back. So they shoot their arrow while temporarily having that high speed from the knockback. Their arrow also has this velocity, and the arrow's damage is proportional to its speed. After beating the Ender Dragon, the speedrunner does have 1.5 hearts left over. I thought it would be funny if they died by accident, but they didn't, and they actually beat the game in 54 seconds in-game time, which is pretty impressive. I just thought it was cool, so I wanted to share it with you.